此影片由道腾国际赞助播出。
开心吗？
还不知道怎么反应，因为每次去参加 Alfa Day 其实都不是一个非常快乐的事情。在台湾，我跟你说，今年我想办，我很期待，但是又很怕我太期待，结果其实跟台湾的差不多。不过有一件很兴奋的事就是，一定可以看到很多我们在台湾看不到的老车，因为泰国人在这方面确实还是做得比我们台湾好一点点，他们保存了很多更老的那些 classic cars、vintage cars。
那我们就期待一下。
好。Boys and girls, welcome to Hypermonster Garage. 我们现在的位置在 Putrajaya， 就是一个，它这个是行政区吧，好像是马来西亚在吉隆坡的行政区。然后我们是来参加他们1年1度由3个国家一起办的 Alfa Day。然后我刚刚其实已经看了一下子，才决定来开场，也忘记。This is not like the Alfa that will be attending in Taiwan。这个酷多了，光是车辆的种类，我们刚一进来就看到 SZ。Damn。You see, there's an SZ. It's kind of stunning to see it in person, though. Like I thought this car is gonna look like much more uglier, but in person, I'm persuaded. 然后再来就看到那个从泰国来的这个车队，他们全部都是105、115这样 roll in， 超级帅。我现在还在看，好酷，真的。好了，不要听我废话，我们带你们去看车好了。超帅的啦！我是来看这个的。These are the reason why I came here. These are from Thailand.
1、2、3 ，ALFAROMEO Thailand.
Okay, one for me 啊。
我跟你说，我愿意把我的24台，除了我的 QV 以外，换成其中一台这个就好。他叫我们来的，但我找不到他。然后要遇到一个我爸爸的朋友的朋友，他说他有29台爱快，车爆。
Good to see you here today, and I'm surprised.
Alright.
How are you doing?
Good. We came here and I saw the SZ, so we started shooting videos about the SZ, and then they started rolling in those like 105, 115. 这是他们从泰国带过来的那个纪念品，就是 T-shirt 什么的。
你看到频道吗？你去找那个 Hypermonster， 这大概也是一般的 YouTuber 啦。
不算 YouTuber，TikToker。
TikToker 啊。
你看，这是我觉得台湾的 Alfa Day 应该学的。他们现在就是请了警察来开道，在报名完之后上车，他们会先拍一个团体照。上车之后，他们就会有警察带队去绕了，就会有摄影师在最前面帮所有的人拍照。拍完了之后，你可以either回到这边吃午餐，因为他们晚上还有另外一个 event， 或是你可以就离开，然后就结束这一天。但是这个活动就最后会留下不只是静态的照片，还有一个是动态大家的照片。我那时候想办的其实就是这种感觉，但那些老屁股去你！
是他们的降温法，
好屌！
他们从泰国开来的，好勇敢。
大家好，我是 Nito。你知道加入我们频道会员的好处吗？只要1碗肉燥饭的钱，就可以看到我们更多日常生活的影片，还有属于你的徽章哦。另外，如果你真的很喜欢我们，可以抖内我们会有更多动力制作好影片，我也可以买到更多的肉干。还在考虑朋友不用担心，我们每周一样会上传适合配肉燥饭的影片，但是你不要噎到咯，拜拜。
Alrighty guys, we're in Victor's 159. You want to introduce yourself to the audience? He's the reason I'm here. He's the reason I'm here.
大家好，我是 Victor， 是马来西亚的 Alfa 的车主。大家好。
他是 leave the comments under one of our video. Which one is it? I think it's the 是155的吗？还是反正你留了一个言，然后就说希望我们有机会的话可以 attend Take it. But actually, prior to that, I talked to the president from Thailand. We were supposed to go to Thailand at May 4th. Then you know what happened with Phantom? I got distracted. I decided to cancel the trip. 然后呢，我就看到你的留言，然后我就跟你说，其实我是知道这个 event， 那时候我就很兴奋了，因为那时候我跟我太太说，你知道你们马来西亚有一个 Alpha Day 是3个国家的人一起要来参加的，然后他就说他不知道，然后我就开始跟那个泰国那个 president 开始跟他沟通说我要过来。然后他就 invite， 然后你就 invite 我，所以我们就开始计划整个那个 trip。那你要不要跟大家说一下你是怎么接触到 Alpha？
Okay, this is something very interesting that.
That is the Alpha suit. I never see this in Taiwan. Damn. 而且它整理的好漂亮。
So I'm actually quite a new Alpha here. I just own this car for about, I think end of this month I will be 1 year. So this is my first Alpha.
Wow.
And then surprised that I didn't actually own any Continental car before.
So this is your first car?
This is my first Continental. I have another daily drive. So this is my only for the weekend. I was watching a video on YouTube the other day. They are introducing 159. Actually it's a local YouTuber. But at that time I thought I wanted to get some cars. I mean like weekend cars to play around. And then it just came to see this 159, and then in fact the price here in Malaysia 159 is actually quite affordable.
It is?
Yeah, I mean it's actually quite affordable to be honest. Yeah.
What about the maintenance, like, you know, the cost to keep this car running?
I think as long as you know where to get parts, you know the right people, there shouldn't be too much of an issue. I think
there are a lot of shops here?
Care-wise, it's not too bad, I would say. I mean, you can't compare to those other Continentals cars like BM or Merc. I mean, those are everywhere.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's very easy, but it's not as hard as you think.
Not impossible.
Yeah.
Not like everyone.
Exactly.
Saying,
Yeah.
How do you think about this club thing-ish here in Malaysia? Because we don't have this kind of like, you know, club. We have groups, like we break it down to like people from the north. They have their own groups, 1 or 2 groups like that. There's only a few people of this, so we just kind of like merge together.
Right.
And we don't talk to each other that often. But we don't have this kind of like organization that organized, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you guys have like membership fee, you have like annual get around, and I don't know how you guys keep it going so long, like, you know, because you don't even have like a dealership here. So we got new Alphas.
So I think it's a lot of work done by the committee members, I would say. And then this is the very first car club registered in Malaysia back in 1993. So it was before Ferrari, all those car clubs. So it was the very first one. Again, I think the owners of ALFAROMEO here locally compared to others wasn't that too much. So everyone just needs to know each other to get parts, I think.
Was it a factor, like, for you to get into the scene? Like, you know about this club, so that's why you decided, hey...
Not exactly, I would say, but then because this owner, I mean like the ex-owner again, I have to give credits to him because that he's really the one that introduced me to this club itself.
So he's very outspoken about the group.
Yes.
Okay.
Like taught me some things about this Alpha as well. Before I bought the car, he actually explained quite a lot of things.
So you feel quite safe at the point.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, this is what we're lacking, like in Taiwan. People who owns Alpha, they don't want to talk to people outside of the community. They don't want people to get in. They don't want people to get out. Like they just want to keep the same people running and over again. It's stupid because, you know, I mean, you're getting old and you're dying. There's police, right?
Yeah, I think the police is running in front.
Right?
Yeah.
When you see a Ferrari in real life, you expect it to look good, and it looks good. But Alpha is like that ugly girl that you were dating on Omi, that you expected to look even uglier in real life, but then it turns out to be really hot. Not in a very conventional way, like you need to give it a chance, like you need to give it 1 or 2 more chance to talk to her, and she will win you eventually. Mercedes like a foreigner that looks okay when they're young, but they get old so fast. Like, you know, when we start dating, like 6 months later, she looks older. That's Mercedes. That's Mercedes. How is that girl you met in any government agency? She's not interested, she's not hot, but she's stable. She's the one you will end up forming a family with, passionless. When you're fucking her, you're just doing the job. But Alpha, it keeps you falling in love again and again. Like every time you get behind the wheels, you have a different feeling about this car. Of course, there's downside of it, but you can always talk to someone and they will tell you an interesting story about themselves or about the brand or throughout the history. Then you learn something new about your car and you fall in love with it again.
But I think a lot of people is saying that 159 is not really an Alfa Romeo compared to the others.
I used to be one of them. No, seriously. I was like, yeah, an Alfa with a GM engine, but you gotta get yourself behind the wheels to understand that this is still an Alfa, because yeah, the handling, it won't lie.
The first thing I tried this car, the things that warm me is the handling. It feels very different. Feels very different.
You know, before that, I have a hard time explaining to my wife like how Alfa was different from different, like, you know, European cars like BMW and Mercedes. Then I got her E36 BMW 318 IS.
Okay.
The first day she got that car, she was like, man, the car looks so beautiful. Second day, she still loved the car. And the third day, she came to me and was like, I don't want to drive that car. I said, why? The car is boring, you know, because she's got used to driving the Giulia, the 159. And she feels numbs about how BMW can feel handling-wise. Then I was like, I bring myself back to, you know, the early age that when I still dealing with BMWs. At the time, I think BMW is one of the sharpest cars that you can get and get onto the track. But then no, you just got it on an Alfa to understand that handling can be quite different. Even though this is a front-wheel drive bias car, man, this car just handles so well. It's hard to explain, and it's really hard to explain, especially on paper, to persuade someone who don't understand, who never got himself behind the wheels of Alfa, to understand how the front-wheel drive car can outperform a BMW or a Porsche.
Right.
I guarantee, and I'm gonna put it this way, you can go back and watch this video, you know, a few years later, you're gonna regret that you get rid of this car and try to give yourself a BMW. I'm not kidding, no, seriously. How awesome can you see this, man? Like a Carrera behind a GTV. You just snap a picture, this is the art piece.
And
there's a 4C. 我觉得这就是我们为什么一直想要自己办Alfa Day。大哥，这个怎么你在路上可以拍得到这种画面？我觉得难度太高了，拍到一台 Carrera 在一台 GTV 后面，然后 there's a stupid hey, you're not Alfa, you're Alfa. 我们这边应该是差不多要结束了，因为他们等一下是晚上还有一个晚餐的聚会，然后会公布，据我所知的是他们30周年的一个纪念的 logo。还有人说，就我刚才遇到那个印度人，他跟我说会有更多的事情要公布，但是其实跟我们没有太大关系，所以我们决定是不参加。该说的我刚才在车上都讲完了，蛮开心。这边的人真的很热情啊！我觉得虽然说我讲了很多不认同台湾 Alfa Day 跟台湾玩 Alfa 这个环境的话，就我心里希望的是，如果我这些话、这些意见是能够让其他那些老屁股们听到，然后知道其实国外人家是在这样玩。然后我刚才中间有讲一段，其实我觉得很重要，就是我觉得哇，这好帅啊，这好帅啊，这好帅。我觉得啦，就是因为 YouTube 的关系，因为资讯传播的关系，其实。我认为现在什么台湾的 Alfa Day 啊，然后 Alfa Club 啊，然后马来西亚、泰国啊，我觉得慢慢会 form 成一个 regional。然后我们的优势就是我们讲英文，所以我可以 reach out to 很多这些国家不同的人，然后他们也都会跑到我们频道下面留言。总有一天，其实我觉得亚洲的整个 Alfa Day 或是 Alfisti 会更团结一点点。我觉得是时候改变了。在这边一样先卖个关子，但很可能我每次卖关子好像都没什么屁。很可能我们会来办2023年的 Alfa Day。If you don't like it, fuck it。我比较期待晚上吃东西的环节。
请看我们另外一支。